good afternoon. Thank you for being here with us. Please join me in our opening prayer. The energy of love is within us and is us. Whole and complete is the I am that we are. We awaken to the truth of our being. We will this be done within and without. May we come to recognize that we receive all that we give. We know that we have forgiven ourselves when we forgive others of all grievances held within our mind. May we not be led into temptation by the voice of separation, but instead may we transcend all illusions. For ours is the power, peace, and love of Christ consciousness found within each of us, who is but the perfect extension of the one mind and heart that is shared by all and is our birthright as the holy extensions of love itself. In our affirmation of faith, we believe in one God, the author and energy of all life, whose love sustains the universe and all things found within it. Our 5 Christ principles. 1. There is only one energy in the universe. That energy is love, at all times active in everyone, everywhere. 2. We are the divine energy of love, and that energy is found throughout the universe and in all things, whether seen or unseen. 3. We create our experiences by what we choose to think, feel, and believe, thereby establishing our responsibility for our own choices. 4. Through opening our heart center, we connect with the energy of love and bring out Christ within us. 5. We express our desire to be of service when we live and demonstrate Christ consciousness in all our affairs.
Thank you, Ms. Penny, and hello, everyone, and welcome to those who are here, to those who are watching, and those who will watch later this week. Today, I thought I had a topic. Well, I did, but it changed. And it came about from a conversation that Ms. Penny and I had just a little while ago. And I did not realize that there are people who don't understand something. And I think what was so funny is I asked Penny a question. I said, Penny, give me the mathematical formula for desire. All I had to say was math, right? Not that she doesn't know it, but it was all right. It was the word math that threw her. Well, I realized from conversations, it was something that I was discussing with her earlier, from a conversation that I had with someone earlier in the week. And this person didn't understand why he desired something, but it didn't seem to be happening. It wasn't manifesting. In the conversation, I realized, my God, how many people do not understand desire? So I'd like to start with this first. Those who have been following this ministry and those who understand the way of mastery know that the 4 keys to the kingdom are desire, intention, allowance, and surrender. Desire being the first key to the kingdom. Without desire, there's nothingness. Without desire, there's nothing created, nothing manifested, nothing changes, nothing happens without first the desire. Many people have been told that desire is the root of all suffering. Really, it's attachment that's the root of all suffering. The word desire, as you've heard me say before, If you just look at the word desire, D-E-S-I-R-E, it's desire of the Father, from the heart. But here's what most people don't realize, is that there is a, let's call it a mathematical formula for desire. Something plus something equals desire. So what are the two things that are needed in order to have true desire? Awareness is the first, and willingness is the second. Without awareness and willingness, there is no desire. Desire comes from the heart, right? True desire comes from the heart. There's an awareness and a willingness. Yet all I heard from my friend earlier this week was from the mind. And so I said, do you know what the opposite of desire is? It's desperation. The opposite of desire is desperation. Desperation is always from the mind. So what part, if the mind is only involved without the heart, what part of the formula is missing? Awareness, or willingness. The truth is both. Both. If something comes from the mind and you call it desire, and it has not risen from the heart, then you are missing both awareness and willingness. And here's why. True desire, again, comes from the heart. It comes from within. It starts within and goes out. And the desire is to bring something from within you to the external world. The mind wants to change something in the external world. There's no awareness or willingness. It just wants to change something to make it happier or to bring it fulfillment. And that's desperation. Because you cannot change really anything in the external unless there's a change internally. If it starts from within, you will have an awareness. You will want to bring something into the external world. That's the awareness. To be aware. All right? But it even gets better. To be aware. The word itself comes from the Old English wary. A meaning not wary, meaning fearful. So it's from love. Not fearful means to be from love. So it comes from a place of love. Always from a place of love. And then there will be the willingness to bring it about, to make it manifest in the external world. There's no fear involved. It's all coming from love. That's desire. To bring something from love into the world. But if the mind wants to do it, it's trying to change something out here because it doesn't like something. Chances are it's afraid of something and it wants to change it so that you will be happy, joyous, not fearful. And it will always lead to desperation. Because no matter how hard you try, if it's nothing but from the mind, it will never be made manifest or wholly manifested. In truth, you will have created a monster, much like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. But when you come from desire, you truly do come from a place of awareness and willingness. And here's the cool part, or at least it is to me. The awareness It's from the universe, from the Spirit, from God. But what does God need from us? The willingness. The awareness is wonderful, but without the willingness, it's dead. It's why in A Course in Miracles that we are told that God is as dependent upon us as we are Him. For in order to bring something into manifestation, there has to be God and man, God and us, or it's dead. When there is God and us, when there is awareness, which I just said is love, God is love. When there is love, when there is awareness, when it comes from within, when it comes from the heart, that's God. And then we marry it with willingness. And that awareness and willingness creates the desire from the heart, from God, to make something manifest, to bring something into the external that never was. And you can think of it like this. It is to bring the unknown into the known. Now can you see why the mind, if left to its own device, or devices, is worthless? Because the mind is only preoccupied with what's out here. The heart is preoccupied with what's within the self, which, by the way, is everything. The mind wants to change something so that it can change some situation that it believes it's incurring. But the heart isn't trying to change anything. The heart is trying to create new experiences, to manifest new experiences, sometimes to challenge, sometimes for happy, all for the reason to experience. Always. Because it is through experience that we come to know ourself. The mind will never lead us to know itself because it's always searching. It's searching out here. Do you really think there's anything out there that can teach you who and what you are in truth? Only experience can. And experience always begins from within. So there's either desire or desperation. Desire is much more fun. Desperation, no wonder everybody lately I see is running around unhappy, kind of miserable. Because they're trying to change a whole lot out here to make them feel better inside. It doesn't work that way. Nothing starts out here and comes this way. Everything begins within and goes that way. So when we desire, and we bring that awareness and willingness from our heart with our mind, there's the oneness, the unification that we speak of. Boy, get out of our way. That's where our power lies. The power doesn't lie in the mind alone. And by the way, it doesn't live in the heart alone either. Power comes from the marriage of the mind and heart, the masculine and feminine. And then we bring into the world something new, an experience for ourselves that is always designed so that we will know ourself in a way we never have. That's desire. Desire and willingness. All right? You can't separate it because you can't separate awakening awareness and willingness. So now I'd like to take it just a little deeper. Awareness is always from the heart. Willingness comes from the mind. But willingness alone creates disparity because it's not coming from awareness. You can be willing to do anything, willing to change, but it will always come from looking out here, trying to fix something out here so that it'll be fixed within you. That doesn't work. It never will. Awareness without willingness is dead as well. You can have the awareness of something, but without the willingness, it's dead on arrival. Nothing happens. But when you bring awareness and willingness, now comes the desire. And then you have to follow the rest of the keys of the kingdom. Intention, allowance, surrender. So the desire, the awareness plus willingness, then the intention, bring the energy to make the desire begin to manifest. Then allow whatever happens to happen. Allow the experience to unfold without judging any aspect of it. Just watch it unfold. For it is, after all, when you understand the keys to the kingdom and you understand what desire really is, it is your creation. Let it unfold. And then surrender. Let it be what it is. Let it be. And that's how you manifest and bring these wonderful experiences into your life. But how many people do I know have the desire, pull the energy, the intention, and then judge it? Because as soon as they see something they don't like, they judge it and resist it. But then you've missed what it is that you are to learn about yourself. An aspect of yourself that has otherwise been unknown. You're missing the knowing of it. Why? Because you judged some aspect. So you killed the desire and intention. You had the awareness and the willingness. The energy came. You did it. You married the inner. All of it came together. And then you say, no, I don't like this part of it. So you resist it. You step back. And you've missed this golden opportunity to see this unknown aspect of who and what you are, and to bring it into knowledge. And by the way, that's separation. That's to separate. You have separated yourself through the judgment. And you have denied yourself, which, by the way, is the definition of separation. And that's when we get in trouble. The heart closes. The doors to the kingdom are closed because we're in judgment. It's like we took desire and threw it away. We killed our willingness. We no longer give our creation, our manifestation, energy And therefore we rob our own self of this experience. And then we wonder why we're in conflict, sad, depressed, lonely. We did it to ourselves. In the conversation that I was having with someone earlier this week, I said to him, look at your beliefs. Look at the very beliefs you hold about yourself. Your beliefs are the judgments that every time true desire arises, you won't let it pass. And then wonder why you can't bring this grand thing that has come to you into manifestation. Because of the very beliefs that hold you back. Some people call them limiting beliefs. Call them whatever you choose. They're beliefs that hold you back from the follow through of the desire and intention, the awareness, the willingness, and the energy. And nobody did it, I said to him, but you. Nobody kept you from manifesting your dream, but you. You want to bring something, this dream, into manifestation. But how can you when you're killing the desire by these judgments that you have made against yourself? How long ago? He said some of them were made when he was a child. And I said, you're still holding on to them? Which brings me to the last point. Desire is always in the present moment. Desire, again, the awareness and willingness arise in the present moment. But the mind, being what it is, insane, out of control, will always try to look at that desire, the awareness and willingness, from something in the past. You've killed it. You've killed the desire. And then wonder why what you desperately want. There's the desperate. You desperately want to bring it into manifestation, and you can't. There's the desperation. The mind once more got in the way because of the past, because of the judgments that you have made against your own self. Why? Because you didn't know any better. Okay. Well, now you do. Dump the old narrative. What I'm trying to say in this moment is write a new narrative, write a new script. It's up to you. You write the script in this moment, bringing nothing from the past with you, because it will only destroy it. Everything that you need to bring something that you desire into manifestation, into experience, begins this moment. Doesn't begin in the past, never has, never will. And I will end with this, for real. If you bring the past into this moment, you've killed desire, and you have guaranteed that the future is just like the past. What it was that you desired in this moment wasn't in the past, therefore it can't be in the future. But if you wholly are in the moment, in this now. And there is nothing that you bring from the past, then the future is created from this moment. And your desire will be made manifest, and you'll see it because it isn't being stopped by the past. The choice is yours. Your power lies in the choices that you make. There's really only two. You live in and from the past, or you live in and from this moment, and allow desire to arise, and you bring it into creation. It's your choice. And keep this always in mind. The world isn't being done to you, it's being done by you. So if you do not want more of a future that's the same as the past, dump the past. It's not there and it's worthless. Come into this moment where awareness and willingness live, and find out the strength, the energy that you have to bring your desires into manifestation. So thank you, guys. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for those who are watching and those who will watch later. And remember, you manifest your desires either from this moment, or you kill that desire from the past. Choice is yours. Now Miss Penny will lead us in a short meditation.
As we come into this moment, breathe in, I am, and breathe out. Breathe in, I am, and breathe out. Breathe in, I am, and breathe out. As we center ourselves within our heart and tune into what it feels, let your breathing be gentle, and breathe in and breathe out. Sitting here for just a moment, pay attention when a thought arises. Notice, are you receiving it from the mind? Or is it arising from within your heart? Just make this notice without judgment. Bless each thought and let it go. And let's sit in the quiet and become aware of our thoughts. And as you come back, let's remember, as we move into the week, Let's take the time to notice our thoughts. Are they coming from our mind or from our heart? And bless them and move on.
Thank you again, Miss Penny. And again, guys, thank you so much for being here. And I want to thank each one of those who are here, and those watching, and those who will watch later. The power of manifestation is within you. It doesn't come from anything outside of you. And with that, I simply ask that you join me silently as we say our closing prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive. We give and receive and live in, from, and through love. Amen.